visit.
Hello and thank you for listening to WRYAT, New Orleans' fifth-ranked public radio station. As always, we're broadcasting live from a prefabricated Home Depot shed located off of South Carrollton by the Popeyes. On today's show, getting us ready for summer with boating tips, our favorite brothers, Ronnie and Donnie, over at Boat Talk.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. We got a great show for you today. We got a couple of callers coming in. Like we always say, call us in with your boat problems because there's no boat problem we can't help out with.
Then later, we'll join our WRYAT news desk for what's happening around your parish. In local news, the New Orleans Sewage and Water Board issued a boiled crawfish advisory. They advise you to boil crawfish because, quote, it is delicious. This advisory will last between March and May, after which time you can resume eating chiwis and raw sticks of butter. WRYAT presents Civility Now, our hard-hitting but always civil look at today's societal issues, hosted by John Schneid.
Hi everybody, John Schneid back here again with Civility Now, the only show on the air bringing peace in the Middle East.
And later, we'll join the Loupe Gooru Musical Experience with live studio guests from Front Yard Entertainment, Javier Torres, and Trevor Kravitz, writers of the song Dad Jokes.
Hey everybody, we got a person and it's not me. His name is Trevor. And Trevor, he's gonna be telling you about a music video, and it's specifically gonna be casted out towards the males, I think. The daddies. Is that correct, Trevor?
Yeah, I mean it's a video for everybody, Lou.
But it's not called Everybody Jokes.
No, it's called Dad Jokes. You're right. It's about dad jokes, or like those kind of corny puns. Is it Lou or Loop?
It's Loop.
Loop. Loupe Gooru.
Guru.
Loupe Gooru.
Yeah, you would think it's French, but it's not.
Closing us out for the day is History Gumbo, our yet-to-be award-winning segment about the history of some of your favorite New Orleans food and drinks.
Good evening. My name is Josh Watts. The year is 1783. An American gourmet frontier chef, A. Arnold Arnie Arbuckle, had just landed in the little port of New Orleans. At the time, the port of New Orleans was world famous for two things: a prostitute who could catch a bullet with her labia, named Bullet Bertha, and her labia lasso, and their wildly unpopular and unseasoned vegan cuisine.
This is WRYAT, New Orleans' fifth-ranked public radio station, broadcasting live from a prefabricated Home Depot shed located off of South Carrollton by the Popeyes.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ronnie Damico,
This is Donnie Damico.
and you're listening to Boat Talk. We're going to take our first caller now.
See you on the water.
Look, Ronnie and Donnie, I'm too connected to my computer and my phone all the time, and to be honest with you, I'd just like to know a good place to go fishing. Where do you boys go fish?
It's a fun question to ask today because we actually are on location in the water.
Yeah, we're down here in Port Sulphur. The place where it lives up to its name, just like, it's got that fiery smell of brimstone.
Yeah, you can actually hear the industry churning along in the background. Like there is a nice ravaging of the entire earth here, what's left of it for its natural resources. And, we got some birds overhead.
Yeah, this is where civilization goes to kind of stop. Like, it's just people around here just, Mad Maxing it up.
It just kind of ends here. And to speak to your point about saturation, I'd like to talk about oversaturation, not just of the market, but, kind of the market. I mean, that's what we're kind of seeing here in Port Sulphur.
My brother over here can't pronounce words. It's all right there, champ.
Yeah, that's
Listen.
the aphasia.
But look, he's not lying, though. There's an oversaturation in the markets, all right? Like, when we look at everything, like media today, we just are oversaturated by content. It's just stuff going directly into your brain all day, and there's no real prize.
No real prize. We're just getting pummeled with information that we can't fully comprehend or grok, So that's why you grab your brother, you say, hey, let's take the boat down to Port Sulphur today.
Yeah.
And then you even hear and you're reminded of how you can't get away from any of the saturation. I mean, it just feels like, you best start believing in dystopia, Miss Turner, because we're in one.
Pretty much, I was telling my brother, we're going to Port Sulphur. I already put on my leather jacket with the football pads on there. I put some nail gun spikes through it the other day just to get ready.
We brought the drill out here, too, in case, we wanted to just throw in a few more nails, a few more spikes. A little something. It gets violent out here. I mean, it gets very violent. Like I said, there's a lot of industry out here. We got guys coming around playing on their guitars, dangling from poles on the boats.
There's another guy wearing his, breathalyzer machine, his sleep apnea machine, is just, breathing real heavy. And he's got that weird plastic thing over his nipples.
Yeah, they call him Mortal Joe because we are frequently reminded of his mortality when you look at the man. And you just see what the earth has done to this guy.
God. You could just hear him breathing from here. It just sounds like a shitty radiator all day long.
Just trying to start or kick up or give you any sign of life whatsoever. Yes, it is still active. It's still living, but
is it really?
Is that a life that it's living?
Not even a life. I get it. He's got a bunch of, just girls wearing blankets all day long. Just blankets. Give those girls an actual t-shirt or something. Come on, pal.
Come on now, come on, Mortal Joe. You gotta be taking better care of your people here. So yeah, Mortal Joe, you run past him, he can't say much, but what he can say is he runs these shores. And we're like, all right.
Get it, we get it.
Mortal Joe, Port Sulphur, we know.
We get it, we know. Yeah.
He'll blow by every 10, 15 minutes, takes his thing out in the marina. And that's exhausting. That's another thing I forgot about Port Sulphur, but I'm reminded of when we're here because I just fucking hate being here.
Yeah, every time I gotta come here, we always gotta find a homeless man, strap him to the front of the 4x4, just so people think we fit in here.
Yeah, they know that we're not messing around, and luckily it's not too hard to find a homeless man in Port Sulphur.
No, they just kind of basically hand them out when you get here.
It's a pretty terrible place, and that's my take on saturation.
Yeah.
It's good to be relaxing out here in Port Sulphur. Thank you, Denny, for the question.
Thank you for calling Bow Talk. This is Ronnie Damico.
And I'm Donnie Damico. See you on the water.
And now for the news from WRYAT. In national news, the Supreme Court confirmed that T-shirt guns are covered under Second Amendment rights, even though long sleeves minimize the right to bear arms. In her majority opinion, Justice Ginsburg made it a point to mention that it should be legal to shoot anyone who publicly uses finger guns. The French electronica duo Daft Punk unmasked, revealing that they are in fact Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls. When asked why they hid their identities for so long, Biggie replied that he likes it when they call him Daft Punka. In local news, the New Orleans Sewage and Water Board issued a boil crawfish advisory. They advise you to boil crawfish because, quote, it is delicious. This advisory will last between March and May, after which time you can resume eating chewies and raw sticks of butter. After months of protest about body shaming, the Jefferson Parish City Council has finally renamed Fat City. It is now officially known as Your Beautiful As You Are City. Old Metairie is still unofficially called Kinkletown. Yesterday, Jefferson Parish Reserve Deputy Stephen Seagal held a seance to communicate with the ghost of deceased Jefferson Parish Sheriff Harry Lee. In a press conference, Stephen said that Harry Lee is now spending all eternity being chewed on by the spirits of the nutria he shot. In tribute to Lee, Seagal then ate a raw stick of butter in one tearful gulp. The Sewage and Water Board issued a rebuke of Seagal due to the boiled crawfish advisory still in effect. Kinkletown plans to throw a parade in tribute. Citing confusion in the marketplace, the Rebirth Brass Band is suing a new band named the Afterbirth Brass Band. The group was started by a former Rebirth member let go for gross misconduct. The musician says now that he's an Afterbirth, he can be as gross as he wants. The New Orleans sports scores for the week are as follows. Pelicans versus the Hornets. Hornets 0, Pelicans 1. Zephyrs versus the Baby Cakes. Zephyrs 0, Baby Cakes 1. The New Orleans Brass versus We Had a Hockey Team. Brass 0, Hockey Ignorance 1. The real winners, though, are the fans of giving public money to billionaires for nothing in return. Today makes the 2-year anniversary of Canadian folk singer Gordon Lightfoot's death. or is he still alive? Our fact checker died yesterday. Her funeral is tomorrow, and it's possible Gordon Lightfoot might attend. And that was our news.
John Schneid back with Civility Now, with the ever-growing pressures in our country, with Georgia and Ohio and Alabama passing various bills coming against women's rights. We thought we'd bring two straight white men to the table to see what they have to think.
Come on. You were going to go first?
No, you go first. No,
it's
I
really
insist.
okay. No, I would
Look,
like
don't
you
do
to
this
go
to me
first.
again, okay?
No,
this
it's
happened
okay.
last time,
You
all
go
right?
ahead.
You're being too polite.
No,
you're
look
just
at you.
not letting me do my
go
thing.
ahead.
Okay, I want you to go first.
I would love you to go first.
No, you should go
please.
first, okay?
Well, look,
you need to go first.
yeah.
I don't need to go first every time.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, someone had to say it. Civility Now.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's around lunchtime. I'm going to tell you what's going on around the city today. Around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to have the Ham Mallets. They're going to be starting a fun little set at the Crank Street Bar. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to get the Gobble Gobble Delight going on down over at Mud Chugs. Did you see the size of that chicken? We'll be following up the Gobble Gobble Delight. Probably around 5 o'clock, give or take. You know how the city can be. Can I have a sip of that tonight, 7:30 at the Sound Pound? Oh, bring it back, you say? Okay, then 21 Feral Cats will be playing at Creole, 7:30. Pick your poison. 3 dudes and a Susie. They're gonna be slinging out them jams at the Notice Feline, 8:30. 9 o'clock, we're jam-packed with some funky funk. We got Don Funk and the King CBs doing a long extended set, 9:30 to 11 o'clock, or till they shut down Salt Refinery. There's a boil advisory. I just got notice. We're gonna time travel a bit. 7:30, Indigo Egypt, boil advisory. Suck 'em heads. Dan Smith and the Point Addicts, 9:30 p.m. Sound Pound. They're gonna be playing with the Natural Lighters, I hear. And who got the weed? Followed by who needs the weed? That's where they switch the instruments amongst the band. It's the same people, but they're playing a different set list. I highly suggest you at least see who needs weed. Sound Pound. We got the Tammy Torn Jeans and the Textile Crocodiles playing at 1 a.m. at Jake the Snake's Easter Lounge. Perfect. All right, let's see. Here we go. Okay, what do we got? Papers? I got a paper. You got some papers in front of you?
No, I just
That's
brought
perfect,
my phone to
you
the
ain't
inter-
asking some questions. Are we live yet? Are we going? Oh, this is Loupe Gooru. Yeah, baby. How you doing?
Doing good, Lou. Yeah.
Oh, hold on one second. I was talking to the people.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, everybody. We got a person, and it's not me. His name is Trevor. And Trevor, he's going to be telling you about a music video, and it's specifically going to be casted out towards the males, I think. The daddies. Is that correct, Trevor?
Yeah, I mean it's a video for everybody, Lou. But
it's not called Everybody Jokes.
No, it's called Dad Jokes. You're right. It's about dad jokes, or like those kind of corny puns. Is it Lou or Loop?
It's Loop.
Loop.
Loupe
Guru.
Loupe
Guru.
Yeah, you would think it's French, but it's not.
That's like a lot of things down here.
Yeah,
wonderful.
But there's no UEX.
I feel like the second I moved to New Orleans, I was like, oh, it's like French, but not.
Trevor, you're not from here.
No, I'm from Chicago. Yeah, I'm a comedian from Chicago.
Listen to me. I'm gonna do an impersonation of your city.
Oh, that's wind.
You see how cold it is?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Whew. We have a school named Cabrini, but it's not green. It's a building.
Oh wow.
I don't mean to bring that up. That's tragic.
Yeah.
Trevor, I'm so
Okay.
sorry. You were saying a thing about being a dad. How you being a dad?
Oh, I'm actually not a dad. It was just
You're
like,
not?
no.
I am.
Well,
Well, I have a kid, but I'm not a dad. You know how that is.
no, what?
Oh, you never had a kid, but not know how to be a dad to them? Because they're not allowed to see you?
No, I've never had a kid that was a barred visitation from Loupe.
Oh,
but
it was not in a bar. We don't go to there with the kids. That's illegal. You can, Come on. It laissez bon temps roulette, but you still go to jail for bringing a kid in the bar.
Well, yeah.
I learned my lesson. Let me tell you, Trevor. You mind if I call you Trevor?
Yeah, you've been doing that, so.
Do you have a last name or you just want to
No,
be?
Kravitz. I'm Trevor Kravitz. Yeah, I'm a comedian from
You
Chicago.
related to Lenny?
Oh, okay. No, actually, it's a Kravitz with an S, not a Z. People get that confused all the time.
Zed. They don't use that letter enough.
The Z?
Yeah. When you make a Z, you put a little line through it like it's a 7.
No, I just kind of
I do that. Well, you do?
I just do the zigzag, like like a Z.
That's the best way to escape bullets. Serpentine.
Wow, you've lived a life, Loupe.
Oh, I seen it in the movies. You ever watch a movie?
Yeah, I've watched movies. I tend to do that sometimes.
Sometimes I like to set up a camera in the studio so that
Okay.
way we can have visuals of what we're listening to.
Are you recording me on video right now? I just got a haircut today.
No,
and
I said sometimes. It's not this time.
Okay, so
You
you're not.
want me to start?
No, I'd rather not be on video at the moment.
Oh, perfect. Me either, because look at how I look.
Yeah, you look.
I barely dressed myself today.
Yeah, haggard is a word I would use.
Ooh. I am not a wizard friend.
No.
Tell you that. I never read the books, but I know that he's a big guy.
Oh, that's Hagrid.
Well, damn,
I said haggard.
I almost made a dad joke. Oh, you laughed though.
Yeah, I laughed. It was pretty fun. That was a
Oh,
fun kind
thanks.
of dad joke
I
there.
just made a fellow adult joke.
Yeah, speaking of dad jokes, should we talk about why I'm here or?
Yeah, but I heard y'all were a powerful duo, but when I look at you, it's just a you-o.
Oh, well, actually, there was a whole 3 dads in the video, and yeah, Dan.
Who's the third guy? Is he the one with the mustache and he was singing?
Yeah, the guy, the
Let me
singing
tell you,
mustache.
I didn't know there was going to be a singing part, but when it came in, I was like, that's appealing to a different audience, and I like it.
Why? Thank you.
It was like still rocking, right? But it was a little rolling, and it was bluesy and rhythmic and soulful.
Yeah, well, that's what Louis X Major brings to the table. He brings.
Can you say that name one more time?
Louis X Major. That's the other dad.
That sounds like.
And then Javier Torres was the other dad who was
That
also
is
not.
y'all a triple threat. Y'all have good names.
Yeah, we're the hot dads. It's a
That's
thing.
y'all's name is Hot Dads?
Yeah, we're hot dads. It's Ask Mommy Records.
What's she say?
What?
If you ask her, what's she say?
Oh no, that's just the name of the record.
but
There's
if
no
you were
mom.
to ask her, let's just pretend.
Oh, she'd say no.
Oh, mom would be like, go talk to your father.
Oh, that's better. There we go.
No, I like yours because it's straight to the point. It's like, no,
Oh wow.
there's no messing around. It's
Thank
like,
you.
read this. I want you to read this. Here's what's going on around the city, Loupe. Why don't you read this? I could go, no. Oh, there's a person banging on the glass. I can see. I can't hear him, but he is definitely flashing a light.
He sounds like he's a cat in heat with him.
Oh, I don't. Yep.
You know,
We do. We have an office cat.
and she's just constantly horny.
Or he. We don't know. We haven't gotten a chance to pick it up and look yet.
I understand that.
You want to talk about how your friends aren't here?
Yeah, they weren't able to come. Louis working on releasing his EP. He's very busy. Javier is also very busy working on other projects too. I mean, I'm busy too. I just found time. I'm not saying I'm less.
Let me tell you,
I'm
because
not
I
less
couldn't have this
busy than them
conversation
or anything.
with no one. I'm so glad, Mr. Trevor.
Yeah, I can tell you could have a conversation with no one.
No, but I'm saying this conversation could not happen if you were not in this studio right now. I see you, Mr. Man. Hold on. We are trying to wrap it up. We are I am not Mr. I am so sorry. Please come back with your friends, the hot dads.
Yeah, we can come back.
And what's the name of that song that everybody should be listening to?
It's called Dad Jokes Trap Song.
2019 hot single. You gonna flip it and listen to it again because it is that good.
You know I got them dad jokes. I bet I come correct with them dad jokes. Coming for your neck, you call them bad jokes. Dad joke king, I'm the king of these dad jokes.
Joke so corny, think I got a son. You can watch TV, just don't turn it on. Dad jokes on deck, want a steak pun. That's a rare medium, well done. I try to lose weight, it keeps finding me. Daughter's kept you on my shoe. She ain't feeling me. Want a joke about construction? That'll take a moment, let the traffic jam. I'm still working on it. Pull it off a chair. Hey, yeah, fell 0 said that. Hey, that's a nice spell. Dad jokes for miles till the sun the check. Did it like with flash paint in the neck. Spring is here. So excited, I wet my plants. Uncle, what a good name for a boy. And iTunes died, ran out of bandwidth. Make you a sandwich, poof. You a sandwich. Dad jokes, the new broom sweeping the nation. The shovel was a groundbreaking invention. Dad jokes keep me sane. Papa's stressed out. Who could about take credit? Daddy's cashed out. Daddy's cashed out. Daddy's cashed. Seriously, how much money do you need? It's a roller rink. All right, well, take my debit card and don't tell any of your friends my PIN. Yeah, it's 2002, the same year you were all born.
You know I got them dad jokes. I bet I come correct with them dad jokes. Coming for your neck, you call them bad jokes. Dad joke king, I'm the king of these dad jokes. You know I got them dad jokes. I bet I come correct with them dad jokes. Coming for your neck, you call them bad jokes. Dad joke king, I'm the king of these dad jokes.
Pull up in my minivan, I'm known to be a silly man. I got them dad jokes times a billion. My kids hate it, but they know that I am brilliant. Even though they roll their eyes and go, really, Dad? But why her name Taylor Swift if she sings slow? My son said he hungry, oh damn, I didn't know. Hi, hungry, my name is Dad, it's very nice to meet ya. That joke is old, history is best repeated. Alright kids, make like trees, we gonna leave. Today was Tuesday, it feel like threes. Do you like this jacket? I got it for freeze. You think my jokes are cheesy? I prefer to call them Buddha. Yeah, that joke was good. This about to be better. Joke about whatever, whenever, cause daddy's got the cheddar. Revving on the engine, lawnmower ascending. Hope they got grass in heaven. Grab a beer with John Deere. My couch is my throne. Ain't no stress, ain't no fear. Every dad on the globe. Yeah, we kings up in here. Yeah, we kings up in here. Yeah, we kings up in here. Every dad on the globe. Yeah, we kings up in here. Hey.
You know I got them dad jokes. I bet I come correct with them dad jokes. Coming for your neck, you call them bad jokes. Dad joke king, I'm the king of these dad jokes. Do I project with these jokes? Who do I protect with these jokes? Are these jokes for me? Dad jokes, baby. Do I project with these jokes? Who do I protect with these jokes? Are these jokes for me? Dad jokes, baby.
I got a joke about paper. Hey, I got a joke about paper. Hey, I know that these jokes are really your flavor, but I got a joke about paper. Hey, I got a joke about paper. Hey, I got a joke about paper. Hey, I got a joke about paper. Never mind, it's terrible.
Good evening. My name is Josh Watts. The year is 1783, and American gourmet frontier chef A. Arnold Arnie Arbuckle had just landed in the little port of New Orleans. At the time, the port of New Orleans was world famous for two things: a prostitute who could catch a bullet with her labia, named Bullet Bertha, and her labia lasso, and their wildly unpopular and unseasoned vegan cuisine. A. Arnold Arnie Arbuckle opened his first New Orleans restaurant in 1785, Arbuckle's Mudbugs and Meats, and it was not the smash he had intended. Most New Orleanianites, the preferred nomenclature for locals, did not approve of Arbuckle's uppity attitude and the vape cloud that inevitably encircled his fedora. Arbuckle's Mudbugs and Meats was as dead as Huey P. Long, the mayor of New Orleans, also known as the Fat Fish, who was famously gunned down in a New Orleans Popeyes in 1987. A. Arnold had to start over, so as a means to endear himself to the local New Orleanites and to promote his new restaurant venture simply known as Arby's. Arbuckle invented those little bandanas that pit bulls wear, and he put the Arby's logo on them. After a few years of struggling to keep Arby's doors open in the famously vegan port of New Orleans, something incredible happened. A new and growing contingent of New Orleanites had begun to enjoy eating meat. This was a bold slap in the face of the Cajun Pope, who famously quoted as saying, "Us New Orleanites, the only meat we eat is nutria and crawfish. This ain't Chalmette." It was clear to A. Arnold Arbuckle now that to succeed in vegan New Orleans, he had to appease the growing number of carnivorous New Orleanites. So Arby's began to use a slogan that was a coded message to the meat eaters of New Orleans in 1797. Arby's, we have the meat. And they never once looked back. As of today, Arby's is the largest homegrown local chain of nationwide Cajun restaurants. And it all started with A. Arnold Arnie Arbuckle defying the Cajun Pope. You can still visit the very first Arby's restaurant. It's located in the middle of Andrew Jackson Cemetery, which is famously named after the pirate Jean Lafitte. So now I leave you with the battle cry of New Orleanites the world over since the founding of the port in 1496. Hooty hoo. And that, my friends, is the code for the killers.
That's it for today here at WYRT. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you here next time.